What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Not Another Top 10 show. Joining me today, Damon, Big DZ Gumbird, pimping the airwaves.
Yo, yo, yo.
We got a special one for you tonight. This one is actually going to be in honor of the Divergent series. What is the new one called? Allegiance? Allegiance.
Something
go,
like that.
Yeah,
Allegiance,
something like
Allegiance, whatever.
Go see it if you like that. First one I thought was okay. Second one was bad.
Third one's supposed to be worse, so...
Yeah, well, don't see it. I don't know. It's just a good way to get in our topic, which is the top 10 best films with kick-ass women in it. Now, we left this open for interpretation between the two of us. It doesn't have to be action. It doesn't always have to be just drama, whatever you want. But you have to back it up, or else you're going to get called out by one or the other. Yeah. So, let's break this down. Oh, also, check out our Not Another Top 10 best film scores. It's up right now. It actually got hit with some copyright violations, which is BS, which we're disputing. So right now it's going to be up and untampered with until at least April 16th. So get on there, listen to that thing. Some good conversations, a good list.
Before and the man shuts us down.
Right, exactly. And there's a pretty big battle at the end there for number 1 and number 10. So it was an enjoyable time, and we did it live from Ben Siskey's basement. It was a good time. So let's see here. This is how we break it down. We each made a top 10 list, myself and Damon, of the best films with kick-ass women in it. What we're going to do is actually break down our top 5. We're going to take our 2 top 5s and put them together to create one giant list. However, if we have similarities within our top 5, we will then go to our backups from 6 through 10 and grab them piece by piece if we need it. So if I have Blair Witch at 5, I don't know why I would have that, but Damon says, no, I have that higher. I'm going to pull Blair Witch out and take my number 6. Unless my number 6 is already used, then I go 7 and so on and so forth. 10 usually doesn't get touched. Actually, last time we had quite a few fill-ins, which was awesome for the first time. We had one, I think, with the best film vehicles. But
yeah, because that was the DeLorean.
Right, yeah, DeLorean.
Number 1.
Spoiler. Check that one out, by the way, too. Check out the 1 Minute Inspirations as well. Yeah. Might as well get all the plugs out. Yeah, so, all right. I'll do 5-4, you do 5-4. I'll do 3-2, you do 3-2, and then I'll do my 1, you do your 1. Cool. After that, maybe before 1, we'll actually go back to our 6 through 10, give a little short synopsis on what we thought deserved to be in there, but ultimately didn't make it. And then, of course, honorable mentions. So, I'll kick it off. Number 5, A League of Their Own. And my kick-ass women, Dottie Hinson and Kit Keller. Of course, all the, Rosie O'Donnell and Madonna.
Madonna!
Yeah. I heard she was a real pain in the ass on set, though.
Doesn't surprise me.
So, I mean, when I was writing this list, I had from 10 through 6, there were so many films on here that had female laden casts, but without a female director. My number 5 is a female director. Penny Marshall. I think she's such an underrated director. She has films like Big, Awakenings, Renaissance Man for any Danny DeVito fans out there, and she has an awesome cameo in Hocus Pocus. Anytime I can get Hocus Pocus in a podcast, it's a good day.
Yep.
She's actually plays the wife of her brother in real life, which is kind of weird.
A little bit.
Which is another... Go ahead.
In Dexter, Michael C. Hall and Jennifer Carpenter played brother and sister, and they were married in real life, so, you know.
Hey, man.
It goes both ways.
Hollywood, dude. Anyways, yeah, we got... this film, I think one can argue, takes the women out of the kitchen and onto the diamond. This is a World War II movie, but look, I love this film because it has such a wide variety of personalities that each of the characters displays. Especially the 2 that I highlighted earlier, Dottie Hinson and Kit Keller. But these ladies have to prove that they aren't just one trick ponies. They can actually play. I mean, all the men are out at war. America's hungry for baseball. America's pastime, and these women end up delivering. With the strike, but they earn the respect of the drunken manager, the rich owner, the fans, and then at the end, even their own spouses as they slowly come back from war. So. I think it's awesome that Penny Marshall ranges this film from comedy to historical drama, and every single moment you can enjoy just as much as the next. It's just such a good span. You've seen this movie, right?
Yeah. It's been a while, but I've seen it.
Do you remember the music in it?
Not even vaguely.
Oh, okay, man, it's good. I think it really encapsulates the period of the time period that they're in, and also because in the beginning of the film you see Dottie as an older lady and goes back and then remembers.
Kind of in the vein of another Tom Hanks movie, Saving Private Ryan.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Yep. And I mean, yeah, exactly. But in the sense that we know it's Dottie, and then we go back and see all the sweet stuff that she did.
Did that mean Saving Private Ryan, or am I drunk?
No, it did. But you just don't know who was the old guy.
That's okay, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, it's excellent music spanning from the present to the gorgeous flashback, which is basically the entire movie, and then creates tension, and it lends us a hand in rooting our asses off for these these female gladiators. Like Lowenstein says, I always forget the guy's name. He was in River Wild, the dad in River Wild. Oh, he's in more than that. I forget his name.
I have no idea who you're talking about. So
he's in a lot of movies. No, that's all right. I might have to look that up and get back to you on it. But he's trying to convince the candy bar owner who runs the league that they need to keep these girls around. They're traveling, all nighters to play a double header the next morning.
Yep.
Bruises, broken bones, and all that stuff. I mean, these girls were warriors. So, one last thing. I mean, highlighting how great the women are. There's this competition between the older sister, played by Gina Davis, and the younger sister, played by Lori Petty. At the end, spoiler alert, turn the sound off if you don't want to hear the spoiler.
A movie that's like 20 or 30 years old.
So the younger sister gets traded from the team that she was on with her sister.
Yeah.
And they're competing against each other in the World Series. So, in the end, Dottie, who's very sure-handed, somehow drops the ball when her sister runs into her at home plate. Did she or did she not let it go on purpose?
I say she let it go on purpose. Because the way they filmed it is her hand kind of opens up and the ball rolls out.
Right.
She would either have to be like unconscious or do it on purpose.
Right. But the ambiguity is so great with Penny Marshall in that situation, because I was actually in your boat a long time. I mean, I love this movie since I can remember watching it, man. I was really young, in elementary school, watching it and enjoying the hell out of it. But I always got mad at my sister because she would always say that she didn't drop it on purpose. I was like, without a doubt, she dropped it on purpose. And now it's like, I think more of like the team aspect, because she did come back for the team and, to prove something that she's not a quitter. But then again, does the family card trump, I don't know.
I think that in a normal movie circumstance, it would.
Yeah.
Just because they're all about the cushy family endings.
Yeah. I mean, and it's hard to say, because you have that shot of her at the end staring at her sister being held up and everything like that, and she's got a big smile on her face. That could be sisterly love. She could be, look what I did.
Yeah.
But because Kit was always in the shadow of her sister, because her sister was so great.
Yep.
But I think somewhat it might take away from the story in ways I can kind of give and take it. In ways I can see it take away from the story if she actually just let her sister win. But then in other ways, you kind of get the full arc of her finally being able to let Kit enjoy the spotlight.
Yep.
So, who knows? That was my 5. And So 4 for me. This might throw a loop for you. Gravity.
You know, I thought about this one and I was like, I'm gonna leave it off just because she was kind of helpless the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, I have a reason for it, and I'll get to that shortly. David Strathern is the guy's name.
Okay.
You'll know it if you look at his picture.
Oh yeah.
He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's one of my.
Born. He's in Born.
Yep, he's in Born. One of my, not one of my favorites, but a TV show I really liked was Alphas.
Okay.
On Sci-Fi, he was one of the main characters of that.
L.A. Confidential.
Yep.
Good Night and Good Luck.
Yes, he was the main character of that movie. He did
Yep.
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Oh yeah, the second best exotic Marigold Hotel. Underrated, not as good as the best exotic Marigold Hotel, but
I didn't watch the.
Check it out.
I watched most of it, but I didn't watch
the first one's good. Really good. I think what's Tom Wilkinson is the name of the elderly chap. Well, they're all old, but
yeah.
The guy who has the best story arc in that first Marigold Hotel. Oh my God, the shot, the
really
scene with
great
the bird
actors
flying
in that.
after he finds his Indian lover. He's gay,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
oh man, that scene gets me every time. Like I don't cry, but it's like it's pretty
emotional.
touching, dude. Yeah. But anyways, back to Gravity. So Gravity, and I'm highlighting, of course, the only woman in the movie, Ryan Stone. Well, I guess if you don't count the woman inside,
The very quick.
the one with the face blown out, or
Yeah.
she's froze, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's pretty much everyone after the first 20 minutes was dead except for her and a little bit of
George Clooney.
George Clooney's character.
Yeah, but look, yet again, we have a strong female lead that struggles through her own inner turmoil to find happiness and clarity. Ryan struggles with the loss of her child, leaving her home planet to adumbrate in the silent solar system that peers down at the enigmatic lives we humans live. It's very poetic.
Very.
The struggles she faces are mainly internal, and Chivo and Karan, because I'm on a level with Emmanuel Lubezki. I can call him by his nickname. So that's Chivo. I think in the other one I call him
really
like
good friends,
Churro or something. But him and Karan piece the story together beautifully through each shot, and I mean, this is one of my all-time. It's rising in the ranks because I love how beautifully shot it is, and not only that, it's 90 minutes. So like you can put this shit on repeat and watch it over and over. I actually love the story too. So, but Ryan goes through a rebirth, and it's quite literally through the shots, but figuratively through her. I don't know, her spirit. I don't know really how to explain that, but it's a struggle, yes, but she has the help of the wily veteran who's in the space to trying to break the Anatoly's space record or something. Yeah. Which, spoiler alert, he does. Different way than I'm sure you imagine, but but when she's left to fend for herself, she has to reach really deep down to find the will to live. To me, that is, if I'm in space, dude, and my superior is now gone beyond the sun, yeah, I'm pretty much dead, dude.
Yep.
But
especially since she's not like a real astronaut, she was just like
right, yeah. But yeah, she faces numerous stages in her rebirth, all coming together with the final crawl out of the water onto land. Actually, I heard a really unique. Me and Allie love this movie. We saw it in 3D, and then we skipped Walter Mitty in the cheap seats and saw Gravity again. Sorry, Ben Stiller, but so what? Oh, shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh. So I heard this unique theory that actually Ryan dies when she runs out of oxygen, and the rest of the story is her like entering
the afterlife.
Yes, which is unique, and
it's not a dumb theory because I mean she does have that like. I want to say fever dream, but it's not a fever dream like that. Like
when he opens the
hallucination of like George Clooney,
which is a great part because Clooney is so.
I so
pivotal.
wanted him to actually be back.
I know that's a crazy thing. In like what, 10 plus minutes of screen time, or maybe it's just because George Clooney is such a polarizing figure,
Yeah.
that you just do not want this guy to die.
No, because he was such like a great character. I mean, he was the comedic relief and like the knowledgeable like vet, as you called him earlier.
Yeah,
Like he kind of played everything.
but I
So,
mean,
like, his loss was kind of like heartbreaking.
and he was pivotal in her recovery, her through her rebirth. I mean, there was a point where it was saying one thing but meaning double when he was like, "You got to let go, Ryan. You got to unclip that hook and let
Yep.
him go, or else you're both going down." She had to let go of the fact that her child ran on a playground, slipped and fell, and hit her head, and that was it. It's done. She's
Yep.
dead. You know, she had to do all of that, and in order to do it, she's going through this rebirth. Through, I mean, she's close to death most of the time, but I would watch it again with that theory in mind, just to see if I could pick up on it. But the rebirth thing was so great, man. I bought Gravity on DVD mainly because the slipcover is the best, one of my favorite shots. It's right over there. It's when she's
Oh, I see it.
cradling, and then
Yeah.
you got the umbilical cord, and
Yep.
she's in the womb.
I thought they had a Blu-ray version of that too.
Oh man, I have the Diamond Lux edition. I've already showed you that though,
Yeah,
right?
you did.
Oh man, it's gorgeous. Diamond Lux editions from Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I
Superb.
was so mad that Walmart didn't have that cover because
Yeah.
it looks so cool.
Oh yeah, and I adore that shot. I would get a huge blow up print of it if I could. And I'm not even a big Sandra Bullock fan, but that
No, yeah.
man, right when that happened in the theater, you know, you're sitting in there with those goofy glasses, like, oh my god. It's just like it reaches out and like just jerks your shirt and is like, this is what this movie's about. But anyways, yeah, it was great. It was great. But I think the big thing, the reason why I had to put her on this list is because she had to survive. She was the only one to live. And granted, there was only 4 or 5 characters that
Yep.
were in space. We don't see 2 of them, 3 of them, whatever. But I mean, the way she's so close to death all the time, but still has that will to survive. You know, she's made her choice in the end. You know, finding her will to live. But dude, I just have to highlight that humming scene, the lullaby scene, when she's being, you know, she somehow gets this guy on the radio and he's just singing a lullaby to somebody. That love that scene. I already said the having to let go, but like, I don't know. Do you own Gravity?
I do.
You should. Do you have any of the special features on it?
I should.
Yeah, you should watch the one. They actually go in depth about shooting the movie and the great scenes where you can see the Earth in her helmet and what's meaning is, which is, you know, well, I guess it's open to everybody. For me, it was a whole rebirth for her, but and obviously the famous rebirth scene that I have gracing one of my movie shelves. So, all right, I'm done. Your 5.
All right, my number 5, which I'm sure you're gonna already have later on your list. Later, is The Bride from Kill Bill.
Okay, yes, much later on my list.
Yeah.
So, with that said, your 6?
I figured so. Yep, my number 6 is Amy from Gone Girl.
Oh, I was thinking about it too.
Yep, I had to go through, and because someone had pointed out that I had forgotten someone, and I'm like, in that same vein, is Amy from Gone Girl.
Right.
And she just, her character, I love Gone Girl. That was one of my favorite movies of the year that it came out. I didn't think it got near enough praise that it deserved. David Fincher directed that, right?
Yeah.
And he's, oh my god, he's, without even thinking about it, like, he's easily one of my favorite directors. He's so dark and, like, disturbing, and his movies are so real. Like, they just kind of...
Yeah, he's got some good ones.
Yeah. I mean, Gone Girl, did he do The Social Network?
Yes.
Yes.
Fight Club.
7?
Seven.
I think 7?
I think 7.
And there was another one there's the one I was thinking about. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I
that
like
is
the
a-
original so much better though.
I haven't been able to sit through the original.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man,
have to be in the mood.
I
to
watched
watch
it early in
sometimes.
my college career.
Yeah.
Which is very storied. But
Yes.
so I haven't watched it since then. But man, I was blown away, dude. That movie is it's
I mean,
it's
they
it's
did well
effed
enough
up.
so they could make 3 of them. So I mean,
Yeah.
they actually went through the whole books. Anyway, back on to Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Rosamund Pike delivered like an outstanding performance.
God, she weird. She's
She-
kooky.
Like that first half of the movie when you didn't know what had happened.
Perfectly played.
Oh my God, she was like, she brought you in just being like this really like beautiful, well-rounded woman. Like you thought she was completely sane.
Oh yeah, very convincing.
And then all of a sudden, like halfway through the movie, you figure out that she planned the entire thing, and then like you see like this crazy like sociopathic mind at work, and it was just
Well, what happens when
Phenomenal.
someone messes with her, and she gets back in this really callous way? I want to say like, she spits in the girl's Mountain Dew or something
yes, I think I remember that
when they're
Oh,
like
God.
when they're watching the Amy stuff on TV,
Yep.
and then like she goes over and then or she goes to the bathroom or something, and she spits in that girl's soda, washes it around
Yep,
a little
yep.
bit. But man, hey, you see some Ben Affleck dong.
And you see a lot of Rosamund Pike too. So I mean,
Yeah. But I think my favorite line, and it's weird that it's my favorite line, but I remember it the most, is when they're back together, Affleck and Pike, and he's like, you cut him open with a box cutter or something like that. Whatever he's trying to tell her that he
Yep.
killed him with a box cutter. It's for some reason, man, the way Affleck delivers that line just gets me. It gets me laughing every freaking time. But
yeah, that was definitely one of the like, not that scene, but the where she kills Neil Patrick Harris was one of the like craziest scenes that I've ever seen. Like, because they did this fantastic job where she slits his throat and then she just like showered in blood.
Yeah.
And just like keeps going.
Yeah.
While this is happening, like she doesn't
yeah.
let him go.
yeah, she's psychotic.
Oh my God.
To put it nicely. But the funniest part was I was rewatching that movie. I grabbed it on Black Friday for like, $4 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was watching it a while later, and what scene do my parents come into is that part where like he's banging her, and
she just
next thing you know,
slits his
yeah,
throat.
you see his you see a lot.
Yep.
Good pick though, man. I was on there like I forgot to even put it on my honorable mention, but
Yeah.
good one. All right.
All right. My number four is the movie I was previously talking about, which is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and Elizabeth Salander.
Is that the Fincher one?
Yes, because that's the only one I've seen.
Okay.
But
See, I haven't seen the Fincher one. I've seen the other
oh
one.
man, the Fincher one's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's Rooney Mara. No, yes.
Yeah.
Rooney, yes. I get her and Kate because they have the same last name. Rooney Mara, she is outstanding, and the character itself, just the way the original, like the book writer wrote the character, and then whoever Fincher had write it, if he wrote it himself, she is just like. I mean, there's a point where she's just a crazy person in general, but she gets raped, and then instead of like letting that control her life, like so many people do, she like gets the guy back tenfold. I mean, does some pretty some pretty messed up stuff to him.
That is,
And she just doesn't let her she gets raped and she's obviously affected by it, but then she gets her payback, and hardcore.
dude. I haven't seen that movie in years, probably 5+ years. But I can still remember that shit that went down in that movie.
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty hard to forget.
No, yeah, you don't forget
For
that
some
stuff.
reason though, I feel like, and it may be because, in the Swedish version or
Yeah.
whatever it is, whatever country it's from, I think that girl. It could be because I've never seen her before, but to me, she fits into that like gothic role a little bit better than Rooney Mara does, and it could be because I've seen Rooney Mara in a different light.
Yeah,
you know?
she's been in like
It wasn't
polar
as
opposite roles.
yeah, it wasn't as forced. The girl in the Swedish version looked a little bit more fitting for it. But either way, I'll take your word for it. If it's Fincher and it was good,
Yeah, I loved it. I think that was the first Blu-ray I ever bought.
Really? Yeah.
Was Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Well, maybe not, but
Are they coming out with another one? The
I
next?
doubt it.
Okay.
Because it didn't. It critically did well, but I don't think money-wise it made much at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, I heard there was a lot of Daniel Craig in that movie. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Which I don't have a problem with. I like Daniel Craig a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, her character in that movie was just so badass. Like, doesn't let anything stop her. Kind of controls everything herself.
Yeah.
And she's awesome.
Well, good pick. All right, I'll go 3. I can't believe you haven't had this. Mad Max Fury Road.
And guess what? I have higher on my list.
Mad Max Fury
Mad
Road.
Max Fury Road.
All right. Well, so I'm going to my 6. This is the first time I've ever had to do this. Siski did it 3 times the other night. So my 6 is actually Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Interesting.
Yu Shu Lin and Jen Yu. Those are the characters' names. And dude, I used to make fun of this movie for the high wire acts that it charades and the stylized fight scenes and everything.
Yeah.
I actually had a Homer Simpson tattoo, T-shirt that said, what was it? Slouching Homer, Dunkin' Donuts. Or dipping donuts or something. It's like him with a rat tail flying over trees and like dipping a donut. But then I grew up. But this film has to be the best action I've ever seen. And for me, the best part of this film is that the 2 best warriors in it are women, and they fight, dude. The best scene in there is probably when they're. Do you know the premise of that movie? Sorry, I have to take my necklace
Vaguely.
off. It's like Chow Yun-Fat gives Michelle Yao, who's the Yu Shu Lin, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but gives her a sword, green something. It's a special sword.
Yeah.
It ends up getting stolen, and she goes to find it again. It's a really simple story, but it is insanely deep. But so then there's this great scene where these 2 women actually fight for the sword, and it's incredible. Like, of course, it's a high wire shit though.
Yeah.
So one gets a big blow, and they fly back, and yeah, it's Matrix-esque.
Yeah.
But dude, the story is easy, like I said, but it's still packed with so much action drama, like most Ang Lee films are. Ang Lee did this one. But
I remember.
it's cool that each of these actresses did their own stunts, and there's very little CG used in the movie. So to me, right there, not only the fact that these 2 are kick ass in the film, 2 great warriors, battling it out, but on the flip side, their true selves actually were bold and brave enough to actually get into the harnesses and fly around and do all that stuff. I mean. That is how Owen Hart died.
That is how Owen Hart died.
Yes.
Falling and hitting his head on a ring post.
Yeah. I was.
That would have been terrifying to watch. I would have been like scarred for life.
I would have thought it was part of the show.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of people who did think it was part of the show.
Someone's like screaming, yeah!
And then all of a sudden it's like, we're gonna skip to the next match and clean up the blood and brain. So you guys just.
When did they announce he died? Did they announce
I
it
think
that?
they announced it that night because I think he was DOA. I think he died on impact, honestly. I don't remember offhand, so whoever wants to comment and
What's
yell at me for
DOA?
this, dead on arrival.
Oh.
At the hospital.
I thought you were saying DOA for dead on impact.
No.
I was like, whoa.
I didn't realize I just used that like immediately after.
Yeah, so that's basically Crouching. It's entertainment, these women wielding swords and flying around high wires. It's sweet. Check it out if you haven't seen it, and they came out with a new one. I think it's from 2000, or the new one might still be coming out. I think it's 2016.
It is this year, and it is straight to Netflix, I believe.
Ooh, I have Netflix. I will be tuning into that. So that was my 3.
That was your 3.
2, we can talk about Kill Bill.
All right, let's talk about Kill Bill.
I put it as one. I put it as one series.
Okay.
Both films.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So
I'm not against.
The one I'm talking about, I'm sure you are too. Beatrix Kiddo.
Yes, sir.
Black Mamba. And really all I wrote down is fighting skills, revenge. And that's pretty much sums it up because it's such a minus. I mean, you could talk all day about the actual films, like that animated sequence in the first one, right? It's the first one, yeah, because it's Lucy Liu's story. But it's awesome. I mean, the way that he uses so much blood and then all of a sudden cuts it to black and white. I think it was because of the MPAA wouldn't pass it.
Probably.
So like, cut to black. We still know what's going on. We all love it. But actually, for me, what sums it up a lot better is I really like the second part. I like the first one. I like volume
as a martial arts film.
I like volume 1. I liked it more than I did the second or the first time I watched it, or
Yeah.
the other million times I watched it. But the second one, for some reason, that battle at the end,
Between her and Bill.
yeah, it's just, I really enjoy it. I mean, everything comes full circle, and I think I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon with a lot of people with the Kill Bill franchise. Is that you got to kind of look at it as just one film. This would be such an epic film. It was just one, but it is what it is, and I really enjoy both of them.
I think the reason people don't like the second one as much is because it's a lot of backstory.
Yeah,
Like the first one was like, let's throw as much action in it as we can with like enough backstory so you get like a look into the character, and then the second one was just like, here's like all of the backstory until we get to see Bill.
But I love how, and if we're talking in terms of it being two movies, how great the first one builds up its characters, but then the second one can complement it so well and wrap it up perfectly, for me, perfectly. But yeah, I really think that those two films complement each other really just superbly. And I mean, I'm not going to bash the first one, but I think I do like the second one a lot better. I've watched the first one more recently than the second part, so I probably have to pop the second one in relatively soon here and check it out again. But I mean, obviously, if we're going to talk about women that kick ass, I mean, Lucy Liu runs that whole sort of mafia, and
she's brutal in it. She decapitate?
Oh yeah.
Decapitate that dude.
Yeah, in that
right
board
in front of
meeting.
everyone.
Yeah, cuts him off, his head off. But even the story of when it goes into that animation, which is awesome.
Yes.
I mean, that part is so cool. It's just you see the brutality and sort of how she was shaped to be this deadly assassin. But then again, you also have Uma Thurman being able to kick so much ass, but also have that soft, sweeter side that she's getting revenge not only because of what happened to her, but the fact that she's got a kid.
Yep.
And when
she didn't even know the kid was still alive.
Right.
So she was getting revenge for losing a child, and then the second one finding out that child's still alive.
Right, and then
and still wanting revenge because that asshole took her child.
Yeah, and she fights Vivica A. Fox, right?
Yes.
And that's
probably one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the favorite fight sequences in those movies.
Yeah, and it's
because it's all hand to hand, which is,
and they,
in my opinion, so much more impactful than like sword on sword.
And they come to like that agreement, like the little girl's walking in.
Yep. And they both put it on pause for a little bit.
So you do still have that sort of maternal instincts from Uma's character, but then you don't take a knife out of the cereal box, or was it a gun?
It was a gun because I think
she gets a knife.
Uma pulls a knife and then throws it at her.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't
do
that.
that. No. Vivica was just being foolish.
But then Ellie Driver's character, and how she meets her demise, is perfect. When they're fighting in that trailer.
Yes.
Yeah. What the hey? What is? She's Cotton. What is she? Cotton.
I think Cottonmouth.
Could be.
I don't know. The only one anyone really remembers is Black Mamba.
Yeah. So I actually really enjoy that scene with what is his, what? Come on, why am I blanking on his name?
Which character?
Bill's brother.
Oh, Buck.
Yeah, Buck, but what's his name?
Michael Madsen.
Yeah, Madsen. How him and Ellie Driver's character when she's exchanging the money and everything like that, and then she has that snake in there, and that part's great, and then how they battle it out in that confined space, and
Pulls the other eye out.
yeah, oh yeah, get some revenge for old Pai Mei. Poison fish heads, worst way to go.
That bitch.
But yeah, so anything else to add about Kill Bill?
No, I think that was pretty.
Where does
Pretty good amount.
Where does it rank on your Tarantino list?
Pretty. I would say middle of the road. I mean, they're good movies, but I think the top 3 or 4, maybe even 5, are like completely set for me. Like nothing's gonna touch them.
Django is making a strong push.
I love Django. That's my 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have Pulp Fiction. I think. Django,
Well, we have a video.
Reservoir
We have a
Dogs.
real frame of mind of that. I don't know if it's ever going to be edited.
Yeah, who knows?
But it was a fun episode to do.
It was.
It was done like 4 years ago. No, it was like 4 months ago. But
I don't even think it was that long. It was around Christmas, wasn't it? A little bit after Christmas.
I don't know.
Christmas? I don't remember anymore.
But either way,
Yeah, it's fucking. March.
I love that bag scene. I think we all think the bags was a nice idea, but not pointing any fingers. Could have been done better. So how about no bags this time, but next time we do the bags right and go full regalia. That's good stuff. Man, I love that movie. But anyways, back to our list. So
Yes.
that was my 2, Kill Bill.
All right. So my 3.
Yeah.
My number 3 is a bit of a weird one, but I'm gonna go with it anyway. Just open your minds.
Ease your mind a little
It
bit.
is the movie Wild, with the character being Cheryl Strayed.
Okay.
And I'm taking a little bit of liberty with the words "kick-ass," because it's not like she actually like kicks anyone's ass.
Well, neither do the baseball players.
No,
but
exactly.
they're badass.
Exactly. And I feel like she is like insanely badass for literally dropping her entire life to go kind of find herself.
Yeah.
Like walk this 1,000-mile trail or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
However many miles. Walk this trail from like one side of the country to the other side of the country. And she, the self-discovery along the way.
Right.
And the movie is just phenomenal because they show everything that she's trying to get over. And the fact that she changed her name to Cheryl Strayed because she strayed from her husband and all that stuff. And it's a lot of like self-loathing, but then she slowly gets over it as the movie goes along. And I mean, that's just something that I feel like a lot of people want to do, but are too pussy to do it.
Yeah.
And she's just ballsy enough to just go do it. Like she needs to do it.
It's a unique look. I think mainly because it is a woman. She cheats on her husband and gets into drugs and all of that stuff. So, and then you kind of look at Reese Witherspoon's, make like body type, and she seems very not frail, but she's tiny. You know?
She's a small girl. Woman.
And for her to be able to go on this trek with a bag, with a gear pack that's about the size of her.
Yep.
It's
for like the first half of the movie, she had to like.
It's uplifting, man.
Yeah,
it's
she had to,
spiritual too. You
Yeah.
have a lot of the backstory with her mom, and and then the fox and everything like that. So
Yep.
it was an enjoyable film, one that I haven't revisited since then. I mean, it's kind of along the lines of those, couple time watch and you're good. At least for me, I know it could be endlessly watchable for others.
It's in a vein of like Into the Woods or something, where like it's nice to watch and it's really like uplifting, as you said. But I don't know if I'd go back and watch it like over and over again, just because it's a strong emotional movie.
Yeah.
Like you can only take so much before you just want to break down and cry.
Yeah. I think another underrated actress, I think, is Laura Dern.
Yes.
Bruce Dern's daughter. I thought she played a nice role in that because
I
it's
believe she was nominated for an Oscar for that.
really
I'm gonna look up.
It's so it's so important for you to go back into Reese Witherspoon's, history, because if you think about it, a lot of the framework of a person is, as they're, when they're a young adolescent, and I think that we get a lot of the makeup from what she is and kind of how she unravels throughout her marriage and everything like that. So yeah, I mean it's great, and I think I don't know why, but I love the scene with the old guy that she's really weary about, but the dude ends up being it's weird because she's looking at him like a predator.
Yeah.
And almost seeing her like, okay, this guy would turn on his wife in an instant to get with a girl like me or something like that. And next thing you know, you go home and she goes home with him and sees what a sound relationship he has. And I think they
played that well, because he honestly did seem like someone who was gonna try something.
Yeah, like, you want licorice? Hell no. But yeah, the way that they make that seem, and I think it's really, for Reese Witherspoon's character, it's a pretty important moment in the film. And I'm going off memory. I've watched it once, and that was when it was in theaters. So, it's, I mean, that's a good pick. I don't think that's cheating at all.
And she did get nominated for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role for Wild.
Laura Dern. Hey, I told you, underrated. Raising Arizona, I think she's in too. It's a good Coen Brothers movie. And Jurassic Park, of course.
Of course. Can't forget Jurassic Park.
What do you got at...
Number 2, we can talk about Mad Max Fury Road.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so I have Furiosa, which
Yes.
I thought I was going to blow that, like, saying that word, because it's such a hard one.
Well, I was worried about saying a Dumbrit for the Gravity one.
Yeah. So, obviously, I think Furiosa is kind of the new standard for, like, women in an action movie.
Yeah.
I mean, she takes on Max, Tom Hardy's character, with, like, little to no regard for herself. She was just trying to save the other women involved.
Right.
And she held her own. I mean, she was kicking his ass for a little bit there.
Yeah,
And she just kind of rules that entire movie. It's a Mad Max movie, but everyone walked away thinking Furiosa is awesome.
To be able to unseat someone like Tom Hardy and Mad Max in his own film, and props to him for letting that happen.
Yeah.
I think it speaks volumes for the character and the fact that she's trying to save her fellow woman, from being what they were, like the breeders, right? He was just banging them all day.
Yep, he was just banging them so they would have children.
So, I mean, not only that, but then her being the leader of, I don't know if she was a leader.
She was like his go-to, like, warrior.
Yeah. So her being already trusted to do that.
Yep.
And then going rogue and, I think going all the way out there trekking with these kind of helpless women, and doing it mainly by herself is it's pretty kick-ass to me.
Definitely.
But I also
not to take anything away from the other women in there, because
no.
by the end of the movie they were all kicking ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then when she finds those geezers.
Yep. Those ones too.
They are pretty strong, but it's nuts when they can't find the promised land or the green land or whatever they call it, and it's like, well, let's turn around and go back.
Yep.
And that's pretty fearless. It's pretty gutsy to do that. And what, she only suffered one casualty amongst the women, or what? Minus the old
Yeah,
bangs.
I think all the old women died.
Yeah.
Maybe with one living, but I think Rosie Huntington Whiteley was the only one who really died.
Yeah.
I think some of the other ones might have gotten injured, but...
Well, man, the one scene that I usually go back to is that wide shot when she's on her knees and you got the desert around. It's like a Lawrence of Arabia look.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, I think the colors are a little bit more amber than what it was in Lawrence of Arabia, but Lawrence of Arabia is from
the 50s or something?
Something like that. A long time ago.
Yeah.
Back before I was even a thought. Before my mom was even a thought. Anyways, Furiosa I had to put on there, and
yep.
and yeah, I think Charlize Theron had she dabbled in sort of that kick-ass woman, and was she in like Aeon Flux?
She was.
Yeah, that didn't.
Which that movie bombed.
Yeah, that didn't do much.
No.
But yeah, way to
It
come
was a
back.
small,
And the
like,
fact that she had
character
like
anyway.
that arm that
Yeah.
came off, that's pretty cool. I don't know.
And she was still whooping everyone's ass.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. All right, should we hit up some of our 6 through 10 before?
Sure.
All right, we'll keep this quick. So my 6 was already gone. So 7, I had Thelma and Louise.
Okay.
I think just skimming over pretty much, it was a theme on my list that these women would start as sort of the whipped dog and then find their courage and rise up. I think one of my favorite scenes, and obviously so, it's the ending, where it's an ambiguous ending, but not really an ambiguous ending. You know, they drive off a freaking cliff.
Yep.
But the best part about that is Harvey Keitel saying, you know, what are you doing? Why do you have all these guns around here? Why are you trying to capture them like this? And he's like, whoever's running the FBI or whatever is saying, like, you know, don't worry about these boys. They're running from the beginning, from, you know, the long arm of the law, which is mainly men. And even at the end, their choice is to drive off a freaking cliff instead of being taken into custody by more men. So I think it's awesome, and Ridley Scott did a pretty good job with that. Also, a little side note, you remember Big Daddy, right? The movie, Adam Sandler.
Yes.
There's a scene where one of the dudes who reprises his role, usually in a lot of the quarterback in Waterboy.
Yeah.
He's gay in that movie, and there's a scene where Brad Pitt's on the TV screen, and like, you, sir, when he has the hair dryer.
Yeah.
That's Thelma and Louise. In case anyone wanted to know. But yeah, good movie. Yeah, 2 kick-ass female characters. Thelma played once again by there's Gina Davis again, that feminist. And Louise by Susan Sarandon.
Yep.
And Sarandon was more of the older sister to Gina Davis's younger, kind of dim-witted sister. But good movie. What was your 6? Or did you use your 6?
I used
right?
my 6 because
What's
that
your
was
7?
Amy from Gone Girl. So 7 is Veronica Mars from Veronica Mars, the movie and the television show.
Sweet.
In the television show, she starts off as a teenager in high school. Her dad is a former sheriff who runs a private detective agency that she works at. So, like, most of the series follows her being a private detective at this high school.
Yeah.
And she's constantly thrown into, like, situations with drugs and occasional murder. I think before the first season even starts, she had been raped. So there's always that undertone of being weaker than a man, but then she ends up finding the guy who raped her, and I think he kills himself or something. I don't remember. And then the movie comes along, and it's even like she's an adult now, so everything gets even darker.
Yeah.
Like more murder, more drugs. I think her dad almost gets killed by a cop or something. And it's just, she has to kind of, from the moment the show starts, she's forced to be an adult when she's only a teenager.
Yeah.
And those kind of characters, when they're forced to be older than they are, always kind of like get to me. Like, I like those characters because they shouldn't have to be that way, but they are.
Yeah.
And they run with it, and they do good usually.
Yeah, intriguing storyline. It's a good one.
And I just love the show. I love the movie.
Nice.
Good stuff.
8, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Nausicaa.
No idea what
Studio
that is.
Ghibli.
Okay. That makes sense.
She's a princess. She is surviving in a post-apocalyptic world of something called like the 7-year fires. Pretty much Hayao Miyazaki, again, sort of the industry killing nature and then the repercussions from that. But, she runs around chasing giant pill bugs, hell-bent on destroying mankind. Her playground is the toxic jungles where the air is thick with poisonous pollens and gases that would surely keep us light years away. but he paints, Miyazaki paints such a picture of a ruined world, just destroyed by the deforestation because of the outcomes of the industry. But he also, again, usually one of his themes is having, this kick-ass female role. And I'm wearing my Spirited Away t-shirt, which I really wanted to put it on there, but I feel like I just talk about it way too much. So I had to put Nausicaa on there. But, it's cool because she's fighting for her own people, but she's also fighting to save the toxic forest. And then she's also fighting to save the monsters that are sort of, I would say, misunderstood. And I think that goes a long ways with how strong of a character she is. And she's always just whooping ass. So it's cool. Your 8?
My number 8 had to throw a shout out to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I went with Black Widow.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't do it because I think one of my honorable mentions is Under the Skin.
Yeah.
And that, just because
I haven't watched that one. Is that good?
That is her movie. I've actually never watched it either. Okay. I've listened to some. Actually, I've listened to podcasts on YouTube, and I've heard so many people talk about it. I got the gist of it, and I've watched numerous scenes.
Yeah.
And it's very, 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 very creepy.
Yeah. I think Taylor said he watched it, and he just did not know what the hell he was getting into when he started watching it. Yeah,
it's a unique experience. At least that's what Chris Stuckman says.
Ooh, shout out.
But
yes, Black Widow. I don't know if there's really much I have to say about her.
She whooped some ass, though.
Yeah, she's the only female character in any of the Marvel movies who really does anything. She could probably stand up to anyone in the Marvel universe, and
she can tame the Hulk.
She can tame the Hulk. She could probably put up a good fight against Captain America. I don't think he would, because he's all 1940s, don't hurt a woman.
Yeah. We'll see how that happens.
Yeah.
You excited for Civil War?
I am tentatively excited. I feel like with that many characters in one movie, it could get a little clusterfucky.
We'll see.
Because I wasn't even sure about Avengers. I think they did relatively well.
Yeah.
But
Black Widow's a good choice. I couldn't put her on the list because I think she's sort of tucked away in a bad way.
Yeah. She's not a main focus of any of the movies yet.
Number 9, Mulan.
Ooh.
In Mulan. So obviously we all know the Disney story of Mulan. There's not much more. I think the greatest part about that movie is that she is trying to bring honor to her family, doing it for her father who's unable to fight, and she ends up finding her place and beating a lot of ass and kind of getting rid of those tropes that, these Asian men in the army, they're singing about, a girl worth fighting for, which is could be the opposite way. I mean, she carries your ass all through the movie. Yep. You idiots, you can't even climb up that pole. I mean, get up there and grab that arrow. Because Mr. I will make a man out of you. But I think the only thing that brings down Mulan for me, and this is why she was number 9 on the list, is because Mushu takes so much away from her. That, the guiding force in that, I wish if they would have done it as some strong female, not Wanda Sykes, but, someone who could play Mushu. I loved Eddie Murphy in it, but I think, if you're going for that.
Yeah.
I mean, why did it have to be a guy leading her, helping her along? We already have Jiminy Cricket. Make it something more unique.
Yep.
Make Mushu.
Maybe one of the sirens from Hercules, how they kind of told the story of the movie.
But the thing is because they have sort of parallel journeys, Mushu and Mulan. But the thing was, I think you could make it even more relatable by making, Mushu being a girl and trying to fit in with all these, these Asian gods and all that stuff. I think that would have been a little bit more of, a better tone for the movie. But still like it, still enjoy it, and I think Mulan's pretty BA. So, what's your 9?
My number 9 is Rita from Edge of Tomorrow.
Good pick.
Emily Blunt's character. Yep. And I was going through my movies, and I kind of scrolled over this a couple times, and then I was like,
what do you call it? Live, Die, Repeat, or Edge of Tomorrow?
I call it Edge of Tomorrow because that's what they released it as.
Yeah.
But it shows
so much better. We gotta put it on.
It shows up as literally everything is as Live, Die, Repeat, and it bothers the hell out of me because I
dude,
could never remember that.
It
that's what
bugs
was
me
called.
on the slipcover when it actually has like a slash, dude, and it really. Where is it? It's up here somewhere. I think I put it under E's. Okay, I obviously don't know the alphabet.
You didn't put it under the E's.
Maybe it's down here. Come on, where are you?
It's definitely not on that one either.
Jeez.
At least not in the E's.
All right. Well, keep going.
Yeah. I know the whole movie kind of focuses around Tom Cruise's character.
Here it is.
Although-
I found it. I was nervous there for a second.
Like, oh my
can't
god,
find
did I
this
lose my
thing.
movie?
Yeah.
The whole movie focuses around Tom Cruise's character, which is kind of the opposite of like the fuck phone. The opposite of all of his previous characters from like any other movie, where his character's kind of a pussy.
Oh yeah, he's a big pussy. Yeah.
At least at the beginning, he's a giant pussy. By the end of the movie, he's kind of like nutted up.
Yeah, I mean, like he's doomed to relive his, his own failures and all that.
Yeah.
As someone
she
so
kinda-
eloquently put it.
She kind of takes
YouTube.
over the more masculine role.
Oh yeah, training him.
Not even kind of. She definitely takes on the more masculine role.
I thought it was a really underrated movie. I mean, it came out of nowhere too.
Yeah, I honestly didn't think it was going to be good, and because I was like,
Well,
it's
Oblivion was garbage.
yeah, Oblivion was
and then
garbage.
Jack Reacher, I didn't even give it a shot.
No, and it didn't do very well. But I was like, this is just source code, but with war. Like, it can't be that good. And then
Yeah.
it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, man, I hear you.
I think she did a career-defining role in that one. Because she's been in other movies, but she was like minor characters.
Yeah.
And now she's getting like starring roles.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I was thinking about it and I ended up forgetting about it, so I didn't even make my honorable mentions. 10 for me, Cold Mountain. Academy Award winner. Oh God, I forgot her name.
Renee Zellweger?
Yes. Thank you.
I don't know how I knew that. I didn't.
Ruby Twos, man. I love Cold Mountain. I absolutely adore this film, but it's quietly stunning and thought provoking and haunting. For those of you who don't know, it depicts the love of a Confederate soldier and a Southern belle, and it takes you on this harrowing journey, fueled by passion and love. But it's got so much going on, and Philip Seymour Hoffman's amazing in it, just like he is in everything. By the way, do you know how old he was when he died?
55.
46.
Damn it.
Can you believe that, Ray?
That's pretty young. 'Cause
We
he
were
was in a lot of
arguing about it.
movies.
I was like, dude, this guy's got to be 60. He looks so bad.
Yeah.
And
That's drugs for you.
oh yeah, I was like, dude, he's got to be like 60s. Ray's like, no way. And I was like, well, what do you think?
I knew he was middle aged.
He's like 40. He's like 40, and I was like, no. We were all laughing at him. Like, are you kidding me, dude?
You idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, he was right on, man. 46. Can't believe that. But
Pretty crazy.
it delivers so many different types of strong women. You have the goat lady, you have Sally Swanger, you have Ruby, Ada, a lot of strong female. Oh, and then Natalie Portman's in it, who's a single mom. But yeah, man, this movie, I think it gets kind of lost in the whole radar of Academy Award-winning films. Like, I don't think it was nominated maybe for Best Picture.
Probably.
But I don't think it won. I don't remember what year it came out. But, dude, the music is phenomenal. Nicole Kidman, again, starts as, like, this, really reliant on her father. And her father dies. And then she has to sort of get help from Ruby, who's pretty kick-ass, and then they both help each other kind of grow. It's such a fun movie, but that was 10 for me.
So my number 10, I had a bunch of movies here, or a bunch of characters here, and you can pretty much take any of the young adult book into movie characters and throw them here. But I chose the one that we've kind of watched grow up since she was 11 with Hermione
All right.
in the Harry Potter series.
Yeah, I couldn't do it because, again, I think that's like, it's Harry Potter's movies, but I can see...
She's such a huge part in those
Yeah.
books, those movies. I mean...
No, it's a good one.
She's arguably the most famous of all the people who have come out of those movies.
We actually forgot about Harry Potter in the film scores.
Yeah.
I liked it. 94.3 The Drive, you really liked it, which is no longer The Drive. Thank you for that, you jerks.
You sons of guns.
But anyways, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I had a bunch of movies I could have put here. I mean,
What? What else?
Katniss from Hunger
Yeah,
Games.
Didn't like the Hunger Games that much.
I also had Hazel from Fault in Our Stars. Just
Okay.
because
Okay, yeah.
cancer. But I went with Hermione just because she's so important to really Harry's like survival in those movies. Like without Hermione and without Ron, he probably would have died in like book 2.
She's the voice of reason, I think, in a lot of
definitely.
a lot of things that happen in that. Like always the more down to earth person.
Yeah. Shit wouldn't get done if Ron were the one calling the shots there.
Yeah. Ron, you fail.
So, yeah, I mean, there's obviously things they could have done differently. I know even J.K. Rowling said that if she could go back, she would have had Harry and Hermione getting together instead of Ron and Hermione.
I think it's a good little twist, though.
Yeah, because
Usually-
no one saw that coming. No
Right.
one saw like those two falling for each other,
Yeah.
or Harry falling for Ron's sister. She's just out of
Oh
really
yeah,
nowhere.
Ginny. Yeah. It's really Ginny, but
Yeah, it
Ginny.
is. It's spelled Guinea.
So-
I called her Guinea until the movies came out.
So we were in line one time, my brother and Brady and me, at this. I think it was Borders or Walden Books,
Yeah,
whatever was in
back
the
when
mall.
those were still.
Yeah, back in the Fox River Mall, and it's open at midnight or whatever. And all these fools are dressed up. Like I'm 16, so I had to drive Joey and Brady there to get their stupid books. So we're waiting in line, man, and like this girl is trying to chat it up, and I'm like, okay, let's talk. And my brother just pulls I don't know why he just
Being
felt
like,
like
what was he, like 11 or 10?
he's pretty young, yeah. Like, yeah, he's 5 years younger than me, so 11 maybe.
Yeah.
Whenever, maybe it was the last book too that came out,
It might have been.
part 2. I think,
No, because I think that we were like, that was pretty late in high school. I think that was either junior year or
I mean,
sophomore
all
year.
I know is that I knew I had my license at the
Yeah.
time, because I had to drive them there. But
That might have been.
so this
last
girl's trying to talk it up, and she's like, "Oh, you guys, what you guys doing here?" It's like I was just saying I was just there for the free poster, which is a complete lie. I just
Yeah,
want
you
to
would-
keep the conversation going. And my brother's just not having any of it. He just is despising this girl, just being such a dick to this girl. And so she's like, wait, so you really going here for the poster? And Joey's just like, no. And then
No.
and then and then the girl says, so you're getting the book. And Joey just goes, duh.
Duh.
Just right to her face, and it was the end of that conversation. She turned around and was like, okay,
right.
I'm done talking to
Yeah.
these psychopaths.
All right, fuck you, guy.
And it's like, not that it mattered, but like standing in line from where like Taco Bell was in the food court to where the Walden Books
Yep.
was, like, I need something to do.
There was I think I was at Walmart for one of the releases. I thought it was book 4 though, maybe 6. I don't remember anymore. The line for that book, because they had like a setup where you had to
Yeah.
come and like get the book from those people so you could check out.
Yeah.
It was literally like around and Walmarts are huge. It was literally like through grocery, around like past electronics, down like in like to like hardware and like pets and stuff, like
God.
spanning like the entire store. It was absolutely insane how popular those books were.
Yep. And Hermione really anchored them. All right, number 1. You probably got the same thing as me.
Probably.
Ripley?
Yep.
Yes. Can't. Dude.
Again,
Soul Survivor, which is great.
you can't not put her there. I mean, she's so
She defined it for
She really
America,
did.
dude. She is the defining factor.
like. There's no one that people women strive to be. I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking now. Like, ignore what I'm just gonna say. I don't want to put words into the entire
Yeah, dude.
gender's mouth.
No, I hear what you're saying, though. It's...
She was such an iconic character. I mean,
And then what really can you say? She was smart. She didn't want Kane to come on, and it was because that robot, that's Ian McKellen, the old Bilbo in Lord of the Rings, that played that android.
Really?
Yeah, he was really young in that movie.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But yeah, so she's right away. She's on like, I'm not letting that thing in here. And then you get that, but then she's dumb enough to go back in the second one, which then she's saving all these other people and
Yep, saving a bunch of other idiots who
yeah.
decide to try to.
But
With Bill Paxton's awesome lines.
Yeah.
His
Oh, yeah,
one-liners.
yeah. Yeah, Bill Paxton, dude. He was playing very diverse roles when he was younger. All pussy. But yeah, I mean, Alien. I put Alien and Aliens up there, but either way,
I did Alien specifically,
Okay.
but I mean, I could see Alien because she had a lot less chance of survival in the first one than in the second one.
Yeah.
Because she just had like buku weapons in the second one. When the first one, it's literally just
Yeah.
try to survive.
Yeah. There is a lot of that movie. I mean, when she gets in that pod to escape, and then all of a sudden, you see the alien like curled up in that. It's like,
Yep.
I was like, holy crap! It scared the crap out of me, man. But yeah, man. All right, so obviously we know which ones are one. We'll just say, I'll just say Alien/Aliens.
Okay.
Or do you want?
No, that's fine. Alien/Aliens.
All right.
She's badass in both of them.
Because we're just cheaters like that.
Fucking
2, what was your 2?
Furiosa.
I had Kill Bill at 2. What did you have it at?
2. Well, I had it at 5.
Okay, so we'll go with Mad Max Fury Road at number 2 because I have it at 3.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let's do Fury Road. And then we gotta go to 3. I already said my 3.
Was Wild. Was Cheryl Strayed.
So since we both had Kill Bill, you want to put Kill Bill at
Kill
3?
Bill 3 is fine. And Cheryl Strayed at 4.
Yes. We'll do that. I'll just put the titles of the
Wild.
then 5. So my 4 was Gravity.
Mine was Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Which one would you got Wild at 4?
Yeah.
Let me have Gravity at 5.
Alright, you can have Gravity at 5.
And then 6 you get
Girl with the Dragon
All right.
Tattoo.
7 I had A League of Their Own. I had 5 actually. 5 was A League of Their Own. What was your 5?
Mine was substituted in was Amy from Gone Girl. I'm just gonna
So
say
yours
Gone
was
Girl.
substituted in.
Yeah.
If I take A League of Their Own and then you do your sub and then I do my sub?
Yeah.
All right. And then your sub was Gone Girl.
Dub.
So 9. Mine was Crouching Tiger. And then the last one, 10. What did you have at?
7.
Yeah.
Veronica Mars.
Or your 6. Or you already used your
I
6,
used my
right?
6.
And I had Thelma and Louise.
Flip a coin. Flip a phone.
No, here.
Flip a
Magnet.
magnet.
All right, we got Nico Euro's delivery on one side, Black on the other. Which side do you want?
I'm calling black.
All right, he's calling Black.
Black on black.
I'm just going to let it fall, though. Just like last time I said I was going to flip it, and I just let it drop. All right, here we go. I'm really pulling for Thelma and Louise, dude. Here we go.
Go lose.
Hey, come on.
Veronica Mars.
Get
making
outta
number
here.
10. Although, shout out to Thelma and Louise.
Yes. Thelma and Louise. Okay. I'll do 10 through 6. You do 5 through 1. All right, number 10 for not in our top 10 shows. Best films with kick-ass women. Number 10, Veronica Mars.
Woo!
Edging out Thelma and Louise.
Haha.
Number 9, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Number 8, Gone Girl. Number 7, A League of Their Own. Number 6, Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. American version, Fincher.
Venture. All right. So number 5 is The Gravity.
The Gravity.
The Gravity. Number 4 is Wild. Number 3, Kill Bill. 1 and 2.
Yes.
Number 2 is Mad Max Fury Road. And number 1 is Aliens/Aliens.
Because we could argue that all night, and there's just not enough time in the day for that.
There's not.
Any other shout outs do you have? I had Inglourious Bastards for Shoshana.
Oh, that's a good one. No, I think I'm good.
I did. I had
talked about my weird movies at the end. So
I had
good.
Quick and the Dead, Sharon Stone. Under the Skin was what's her face?
Yep.
And then
Scarlett Johansson.
yeah, and then Underworld actually with Kate Beckinsale.
I forgot about Underworld.
I adore that first one.
Yeah, the first one is really good.
Okay, that does it. Let's do. You gotta like us, subscribe us, share us, comment on us, and I keep saying it every week. We might have some sort of giveaway sometime soon. I might pull a random movie code out for anybody who freaking comments. You might get one. So comment.
Just one comment, guys. Just one comment.
And check out, like I said earlier, check out our other videos. Check out the 1 Minute Inspirations. Hopefully more stuff will be coming up. Maybe a top 50 in this century.
Yeah. Who knows?
What else? We have our Not Under Top 10 show. Check out the film vehicles that me and Damon did, and check out Film Scores while it's still available. We're in a battle for that one, so check them out. And remember, get away from her, you bitch.